And good evening, everyone. This is Storm Spotter Steve Cooper from the Morristown National Weather Service area. And of course, today is a volunteer storm spotter for the National Weather Service and Weatherline Coordinator for Chestnut Ridge. I'm going to present you a very special video from Scoop the Weatherman Coop Part 1 with why no weather radios are so important. And it's a video production from TWA, and it recognizes the importance of no weather radio, why we should have it, and exactly what no weather radio can do for us, and also describing no weather radio as well. First thing I want to tell you about is the importance of having no weather radio. What is no weather radio? When it comes to no weather radio, it is basically a no weather radio station that transmits and broadcasts weather information from licensed agencies of the National Weather Service offices areas, resulting in several different cycles from a normal forecast procedure to current conditions procedure, resulting in different current conditions as well as short-term forecasts, and even your latest hazardous weather outlooks. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of some of the stations that we have here, we have exactly several transmitters from Cookeville widespread. We have 62.400 in Nashville, and then here in East Tennessee we have 162.475 megahertz in Morristown. And in Spencer, we have 162.450 as well as 162.450 coming in from on up somewhere near Kentucky that serves the northern part of Middle Tennessee. So Spencer, Morristown, and then you got your Memphis National Weather Service back there, and Western Tennessee. And all these locations serve many counties of one area, or serve one area of many different counties. It's about like a phone book. You know, you divide a phone book, like if you do the area codes, you got 423 area here, you got 865 area in Knoxville, and then you know, it's basically just like that. And then you got the 931 area over in Middle Tennessee. So it's basically like a phone book, if you will, and divided in between different areas. And that's the way no weather radio is. It's divided for different counties and locations and areas, and depends on exactly how well your transmitter can receive. Those are the area warnings and watches that you are going to pick up. Now, what we pick up here in the Chestnut Ridge area, including Morgan County, and of course right now we pick up here at 162.475 megahertz in Morristown, Tennessee. The National Weather Service always gives us a concept of watches, warnings, and dedications as far as weather alerts goes. We basically are prepared for what is to come across the region, such as if there's a threatening severe weather situation, and if there are any possible updates concerning a severe storm, or if a storm that's producing some very small hail and gusty winds, and even some deadly cloud of ground lightning. So some pretty nasty stuff, you know, that can be foretold on Doppler weather radar, is also one of the things that can be told on cell phones as well as different procedures. Let's go ahead and get started on exactly how no weather radio transmits. The first thing we want to talk about is the transmitted no weather radio device. As you can see here in this video, I have actually prepared it, worked hard on it, and there you see the importance of no weather radio, how it goes from one area to the other. Like the center of the base is the National Weather Service office here. And then once the National Weather Service office transmits and updates a bulletin, special weather statement, or let's say if the Storm Prediction Center sees a threatening area of severe weather for your region later on, then a watch will be issued later concerning your counties and state. And once that watch is issued, it will go to several automated equipped receivers. And just like a clock, I'm going to draw a clock here with 12 o'clock being the hour hand. Here's where it starts out at the National Weather Service office. That is your 12 o'clock symbol. And then you have your 6 o'clock symbol here. And then you got your 3 o'clock symbol there. And then you have your 9 o'clock symbol there. So if you can pay attention really well, you have your you have your minute hand, which is going from the National Weather Service office as the center point to basically all your transmitters, and it moves around is what it does. It moves around like a very really well known clock, just like my professor just let me know yesterday. He said that Convict's forecasts is like a 12-hour clock. And if you want to check his forecasts out, you're more than welcome to. He's actually on Facebook. He's a Convict's forecaster for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. He'll let you know anything that you need to know. He's a pretty smart guy, you know. He's basically the hot boxer, as I call him. And he actually lets me know at the Chestnut Ridge Weather Center here if there's any severe weather expected anytime soon. Anyway, back to our picture. It'll start out with the National Weather Service, and then once they transmit the bulletin, it will work its way to cell phones and no weather radio, cell phones and computers and whatnot. It's a basic, easier way of receiving, a faster way of receiving your watches and warnings. And of course, you can get these no weather radios at Walmart, several locations such as Walmart, Radio Shack, or if you will, maybe even Best Buy. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, Justin Mayer, that's why he's going to Walmart for, is to get him a no weather radio. And he's actually setting a really good example, and just like he is, I think you should too. I got this picture off Justin Mayer and had a talk with him about it. And of course, just as he is getting a no weather radio, he's setting a really good example for us. I think we all should do the same thing, including get one for your family and next of kin. The thing you want to do is be prepared not only with a no weather radio. You want to be prepared with equipped as far as computers go. This is a picture from Tim. You can see he's pretty prepared. Tim McNeil is here. You got his laptop on the console, actually right on the passenger side. And if we look at this really well, we notice the clock again. We notice the clock effect. You got your console, your folders, and then it basically starts out from ham radio to his iPod. I think that's what that is. It's none of my business. And then his laptop, and then it works its way up. But again, there you see that hand, and there you see the minute hand too. So it's the Skywarn minute hand. It's the Skywarn clock is basically what I prefer to call it when it comes to watches, and when it comes to receiving weather information. It goes from computer, it goes from the National Weather Service transmitter to basically weather radios, computer, and then cell phone. And Tim here, he's got a really nice setup. I bet he's actually got GR level 3 on that thing, monitoring the latest weather conditions. Way to go there, Tim. You're a pretty good character in helping the National Weather Service spread the warning. Now the question is, do you have more power than just being a spotter, and does it offer any power at all? No. To be honest with you, the National Weather Service has more power than I do, has more power than anybody does. They're actually the main crew, the main people to actually issue the watches and the warnings. Now the Storm Prediction Center, they issue the severe thunderstorm watches, the tornado watches, and of course whenever all that comes up, your automated regular programming on your weather radio will be interrupted, and the warning will be received, whether it be a warning or a watch. Thing you got to do about no weather radio is know the facts. You got to know first that the fact is, the poorer the reception is, the poorer the area is, the poorer the transmitted broadcast is going to be. 9 times out of 10, if you're in a very wooded, shaded area and you're not near a good transmitter, that transmitter can only reach you so far, and you might get like maybe a tinkling buzz off of it or something. But other than that's about it. But if you got really good transmitter, if you're close to a area of reception such as to the transmitter, then you're more than likely to receive all the latest watches and warnings. If not, it will always go to your cell phone if you sign up for weather alerts. Now, this guy here, you don't know exactly what it's going to do, but I can tell you right now that the National Weather Service has a really great idea. And if you're ever outside, like doing a hike or probably just maybe going fishing with your kids and family, always a good idea to monitor the no-weather radio, because that sky can mean threatening weather conditions later on. Bill and Helen's pretty glad they actually have no-weather radio. Bill's saying, thank God we had a no-weather radio or we'd been killed in the storm. Helen is saying, yeah, I'm just thankful that the price wasn't that much. You know, she has to buy her belongings, such as her purse and her makeup and all that good stuff. One thing the National Weather Service tries to do is they try to get the word out easy, and that's holding storm spotter classes. They actually try to get the word out several times than one, and that's why they have the COCRAWS program, the Storm Spotters program. And if you want to, you can check in with your local National Weather Service and find out where your latest classes are. This is a picture shot by some storm chaser. I don't know what his exact name is, but I'm sure he'll know if he sees us on YouTube. I give him the credit for what he's done, actually. And a really great shot. But again, that simplifies that you got to have a no-weather radio to find out exactly what's going on with that cell, because even though that's a mature HP supercell, you might be running into a possible tornado somewhere. Looks like it's got some really good rotation. The only way you're going to know is by listening to your no-weather radio. I do want to say that No Weather Radio offers quite a few tests, I think, throughout the week. I know on Wednesdays they offer weather radio transmitted tests, like procedures that operate routine operation when it comes to tests. And you know, the usual test requirements here is probably Wednesday, some do it Tuesdays, and then some just do it on different schedules. Who knows? But they usually test your equipment just to see if it's working. So that's basically about it. The only thing you need to do is learn how to get you a no-weather radio, and you know, just basically know how to use it. They got the SMA, they got the same encoding alarm devices that you can use. Program your codes. I'm not going to show you that today. I'm going to actually show you that in the next video. But I'm serious. If you want to protect you and your family, serious about that, it's a good idea to get you a no-weather radio, so you'll know what the world is going on, especially if there's any severe weather in the near future. Now, I will say this, it's well worth getting a no-weather radio. It's well worth the cost and not worth your life, because in 2007, I was married to my ex-wife, and I was actually up listening. I was actually up talking to her, but right when I fell asleep, the no-weather radio alarm had went off and woke us up at about 2 a.m., and she'll tell you the same thing if you've actually seen her. The weather radio stated a tornado warning, and believe it or not, we actually had a tornado that was nearby us. It was within about a few hours later. So it's a really good idea to have yourself a no-weather radio, and make sure it's operating really well, and just make sure that things go well and handled. Now, I have some other guys that monitor the weather as well. We have Trapped with Brandon Soldavela. He is the chief down in Mississippi, who basically gives us the go-ahead on some things as far as trapped information goes. He's working on some very hard things, and of course I do wish him luck there. Convicts Forecasts comes from Thomas Kennedy. You can look that up on Facebook, as well as Wicked Skies. They do the weather information, and TVI Twisted Vortex International, they also do the weather information. You can also call the Chestnut Ridge weather line at 423-965-4900, and look up David Sawyer's page. That's Innovation Weather. as well as look up Justin's Wild Weather Adventure. I'm sure that the Justin's Wild Weather Adventure will have more updates on that as well. Well, folks, that's going to be about it for me. Have yourself a wonderful day. And again, I do encourage you to get yourself a NOAA weather radio. It does help save your life and your family. And just as I said here, save some time in your family. Get a NOAA weather radio. Have a great day, guys.